Man, trying to get our people to come back to the Bible. You see yourself on the sign?
Hey, you're at the very bottom, bro.
Oh, that's what up. So the good news is, you will be one of God's chosen people, the children of Israel. Cause you believe in the Bible.
I actually, I'm gonna say I don't. I'm gonna say I do not. I'm actually kind of more of a. It kind of sounds bad,
Oh no, go ahead.
but
We can talk.
I'm more of a emergency. I'm a Catholic, but I'm more of an emergency Catholic.
Can you school me on what that is?
Emergency Catholic. Okay, so I'm not fully a Catholic like all the people. Everybody go to the church and everything, and whatsoever. But I'm more of a emergency. The emergency one is that when you're in need of a situation, that's when you're needing of a Catholic. So we'll say me, I got popped by a cop a couple days ago.
Yeah.
What an example, right?
Yeah.
I got popped by a cop by a I got speeding.
Yep.
My charger and I got popped. So when I got popped, I have never got popped by a cop, but by then I had asked, "Oh God, let me go! God, let me go! God,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
help! God
Yeah.
help me! God help me!" So that's an emergency situation. So I guess I'm an emergency one.
Oh, I get it. I get it,
So
man.
it's just only when I need it. It's not all the time. It's just when I need it. Other than that, me myself, the way I was taught, the way I was brought up, me and my dad,
Yeah.
my mom's, not my mom's, because my mom's was a little bit of a stingy, but anybody in the street, anybody living the rough life,
Yeah.
um, um, I don't give them money. My dad taught me that way. I don't give them money. I give them food because I don't know how long they've been without
Yeah.
eating. Just the fact that they always been smoking and doing their own little deal, you know.
Yeah. They
So
might use.
I don't know how long they've been eating, so I give them food. I give everybody food. Every now and then they might catch me here and there
Yeah.
without food that I have food, but I'll go wherever 7-Eleven or whatever, and I'll get some money. I'll get some money.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll get some food. But like I told my wife and my kids, I don't expect nothing of it. I don't expect nothing of it. Meaning um how should I say it?
Like, don't expect nothing in return, or
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I don't want nothing of it.
I
It's
know.
just if people are of having their own little deal,
Yeah.
it's just them, you know.
Uh huh.
So I mean, I'm walking home. I'm walking home. I have a car.
Yeah.
I do have a car. I have a mechanic degree. I mean, my car, my parts haven't came in yet.
Yeah.
I just haven't fixed it. But I have something. These people don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And just the fact that I could help in a way that put food in someone's system,
Uh huh.
it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And makes me feel that I mean, I don't expect nothing. Like I said, I don't want nothing. Uh, they say bless you. Yes, bless me, but my kids are already blessed
Yeah.
in the way that I'm a hard worker. I work 2 jobs.
Nah, yeah.
I don't sleep a lot, and just the fact that I just keep going in a way that I mean, if I help you today, I mean, I see you right now. It's like, what is this guy doing? I'm willing to help you. If you need help, I'll help you.
Oh no, thanks. No, I don't need nothing. I'm out here to. You seem like you like to give back a lot. I'm trying to do the same, but kind of just giving what's in the Bible. I know you say you like emergency Catholic, but you know the Catholics use the Bible too.
No, yes, they do,
So I think you believe in it more than you.
and I do, but it's just um, how would I say it? I I do believe in it, but I don't. But
You
I
what parts don't you?
um okay. Here's the deal. Um, I want a job. We'll say an example, right?
Yep.
Okay, I want a job. So whether my mentality is so I have a this deal going on, not deal going on, but your mind is a very powerful deal.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go off of that. Uh,
Yeah.
your mind is a powerful deal. If you want something, your mind is a very powerful deal. Which is your mind will picture it
Uh huh.
and will go through it. And if as a person you push through it and you build it or you kind of help that idea or that dream, we
Mm-hmm.
should say, it will come true. But you gotta sacrifice yourself to for that shit to come true. So we're saying, okay, my boy, okay, you got an SRT8, you got an SRT, you got an SRT8, right? You want one, all right? God's gonna help you. God help you. Okay, I'm a homeless. Example. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. An example. I'm a homeless. I'm a homeless person, and I want an SRT8 Hellcat. All right. Just right there. God's gonna help me, but how's he gonna help me? He's gonna help me with a job. I'm gonna have to put work into it.
Yep.
So it's not that just I want. It's not that I want. You gotta put work into it too.
Uh huh.
You know. So if I want that, I'm gonna have to put into it. But why? Because God um, put me a job in front of me that I'm gonna get to that. So in order to get to that, I'm gonna have to put in work in that job. And people don't kind of think that way. People just kind of think like
It's gonna appear.
it's just gonna appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or if I help you that you're homeless or that you're homeless, just because you're homeless, I'm gonna give you fucking $100.
Mm-hmm.
To the next day, tomorrow, I'm gonna get $1 million just because of that. No,
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
people are kind of I don't know, just out of the blues. But when I give the way I was taught up, uh, people and anybody in the street asking for money, food, whatever, I give them. It doesn't matter what they do to the money, what they do to the food. If you're homeless and you say, okay, um, I'm anything will help. I'm gonna give you $20. If you
Yeah.
give me $20, it's up to you. It's up to your heart to say whether uh, I'm gonna spend this on coke, I'm gonna spend this on weed, I'm gonna spend this on whatever, you
Uh
know.
huh.
But at the end of the day, I, I'm not asking for nothing. I'm just trying to say I'm not asking for nothing. I could give you whatever you want. I could give you a rent. I could give you whatever, but it's not up to me to make your decision. I'm not asking for nothing. What I'm trying to say, uh, I don't want. Um, some people help people to ask for something,
Oh yeah, I get it.
and some people say, "Okay, I'm gonna help you," but at the end of the day, at the back of the mind, they'll be like, I help this, fool. Give me something, Give me.
Mm-hmm.
I want 100. I want to go to fucking Hawaii, or I want some money. I want some money.
Uh huh.
I help this dude. Give me something. You know, and it doesn't work that way. I don't expect nothing. If I help you, it's because I have something. I have something. I have a job. I have a roof.
Yeah.
I have food. I have gas, money, a car, a shitty ass car, but I might got it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have nothing. And I'm not saying you don't have nothing, but I'm trying to help you throughout that day or throughout that week. If I bump you throughout the next week, I'm gonna help you again.
Yeah.
And at the same thing, I'm not trying to uh, get something in return. Meaning, I don't want anything
Mm-hmm.
because when I give you something, I want something. I give you something because it comes from right here, not because I have money.
I get it.
or because God, I want to fucking win the jackpot.
Yeah.
Because God, I gave this man money, and then I want $1,000,000 because I helped him out. No,
Yeah.
if I
Well.
help you, I don't want nothing. If the next nothing comes, I wasn't expecting nothing anyway.
Mhm.
If I give you today, are you homeless?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
My
no,
bro.
no,
Are you needing money?
nah,
Are you needing something?
nah.
You need food?
Oh no, I just ate.
You want to go eat something?
No, I just ate. I'm going to eat again after this.
Okay, so yeah, okay. I'm asking you all this because I don't need nothing. I have my wallet.
Yeah.
I have my wallet. I'm asking you. You need something. You need rent. You need food. You need to go spend somewhere.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good. No,
Are you cold?
oh, mm-mm.
Are you cold? You need some fucking socks.
Oh no, I'm good, bro. I
I don't have
appreciate it. I got
socks. I don't have socks.
yeah.
You need something. It's just, but see, the difference is that me, I don't have socks and you have socks, but you're homeless. I'm not homeless. I'm asking you. You need something? Meaning, if you don't have anything today, I do have something. I have a job
Yeah.
which can provide me to get something, and you don't. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a couple of days. I'm not saying in the future, but I can help you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need something, I'm that person to help you.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just I don't know. Maybe I went off in a little different ways, but it's just a little different. I was taught a little different. I was raised up a little different, but yeah, it's just I don't know.
It's all right. So, what part of the Bible you believe in?
Catholic though. I'm a Catholic.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. So like, the Bible is our history.
I mean, I haven't read it. I haven't.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a rundown of it. I put a bunch of time into reading and the studying under people who got the truth of the Bible, because the Bible's still a big mystery. But like we in the end days.
Yeah.
I can't remember what chapter in Revelation, but in Revelation it said that the seals of the book will be opened, meaning that the true understanding of the Bible would be known in the earth by God's chosen. Now we got the full understanding, and part of that full understanding is that the Negroes, the Hispanics, the Native Americans, we as chosen people. So like a lot of the stuff that your people go through, that my people go through, that's a sign right there. We look different, but we not so much different going way back. Because a lot of the same stuff we go through is because we the children of Israel. Like your people will come from Issachar, that's one of Jacob's son, and my people would most likely come from Judah. And so going, so you know about Egypt and Moses.
Yes.
So like we go back to the time of Moses.
Yes.
And then under Moses, the Israelites was in slavery under the Egyptians.
Yes.
And then the Lord raised up Moses to deliver his people. Then once they got up out of Egypt, the Lord told Moses to tell the people, um, I set you on high above all peoples of the earth. Um, he said, I make you a special people unto myself, a special treasure. And we know we are special treasures to the Lord. Because my people and your people are the best at everything. We the best cooks. Our men and women look the best. We the strongest men. We the best athletes. Like you look at boxing. What else?
No,
Best music,
if you
best
look at
dancing.
everything, if you look at everything, blacks, Mexicans, everything is okay. Sports, like you said, the sports you can't say nothing about it. Woman is everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, food. Y'all got everything. We got everything.
Yep.
Either this way, south. We got south going north. South going north. I mean, we got everything. I mean, it's just south to north. If you kind of go a bit vice versa,
Yeah.
if you look towards the white people and all the people that came over here that try to say we discovered everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That's
it's shit.
yeah.
And
That was all. That was all prophesied in the Bible. that they will come over here and pretty much take
and
the land and the people.
yes, and because it is nothing. Because just the fact that it is nothing. If you go towards down Mexico, Mexico has their own little deal going on, which is uh, fuck, how do you say it? They got their own little culture. There you go. They
Oh
got their
yeah,
own
yeah.
little culture going on. So if you go down to Mexico, there's a lot of cultures that are going on, which is different culture, which is Mayan,
Yeah.
and it's just that's the first one I could know. Other than that, I don't know nobody, nothing else besides that. And if you come over up north, which is the border, they got the border fucking. I mean, there's a lot deals going on over here. Once you cross over here, there's a lot of Cajun food, Cajun this, Cajun that. If you go down to Mississippi, Alabama,
Oh
over
yeah,
here,
yeah.
man, there's a lot of, I mean, just talking about food, there's a lot of things going on over there, which is different, which is people trying to try out and people trying to get, and other people just trying to bang it down, and it's not going to happen. But I mean, it's different. It's way different than I mean, we trying to get, y'all trying to get, and it's very different. I'm not trying to say nothing trying to say nothing negative, but I mean, when you have something, a community going down with some positive community, there's always that person or that personnel that are always trying to bring that person down or that personnel or that those people down.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So yeah, like you just said, we got all kinds of food and throughout different regions. Because the Bible said we the salt of the earth. You know, salt gives flavor. So we give flavor by our culture, by the ideas and the stuff that we bring to the world. But like also how the Lord said He has set us high above all people. He said we gotta obey His commandments. He said if you break my commandments and don't do all that I tell you, I'm gonna put these curses on you. That's why the white man, the Bible called them the Edomites. So when I say Edomites, I'm talking about the white race.
yes.
My people, your people, the Hispanics, the Negroes, and the Native Americans, we disobeyed the Most High like so many times over in the ancient days, even until now. So He set the white man against us as a whooping stick. You know, your child be bad, you whoop us.
Today.
Yep, and
Today.
yep, and that's the same thing that's going on today. So America being taken. When I say America, I'm talking about North and South, the Caribbeans, the Americas, Mexico, the South American, because you know that's the reason y'all speak Spanish, because you know the Spanish people came over here. I'm not. I don't got
Yeah.
the best details, but I know they conquered like Mexico
To the Spanish
and South America.
maybe y'all too, and maybe some of y'all.
Yeah, yeah, and then as they was conquering those areas, they took us from the west coast of Africa and brought us here to America.
See, these
They
white people always said, I discovered it.
Yep, that's a
How
lot.
can you discover something or something that always already discovered?
Yep, and another thing too, you know, how America
So,
they trade with people all over the
I'm not trying
world.
to say nothing or say something stupid or nothing like that, but how about if I break into this guy's car or your car,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm gonna say I
I
discovered
discovered it. Yep.
You know,
I just seen
discovered
a video like that.
This is my car. I discovered it, so this is mine
Yep.
now.
Yep.
So I mean,
That's how they did.
this is how they did it because they discovered someone where someone already lives in it,
Uh-huh.
where someone already lives in it, and someone already has a family and families living in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not that makes sense, but
And another thing too, because before y'all spoke Spanish, y'all spoke Hebrew.
no, yeah,
Then so the Hispanic people, the Native Americans, y'all spoke Hebrew over here. And one of the things that they found, it's a state called Ohio up north. They found like an ancient artifact, and like the white people, they couldn't read it at first. They weren't sure what language it was. But it turned out it was Hebrew. So the Native Americans way back then was writing Hebrew. And then also in the Grand Canyon, they found Egyptian writing. So how could the Egyptians be over here? But the only way to make sense of that was the Native Americans who were enslaved in Egypt with all of us, our forefathers, they brought back some of the Egyptian customs that they learned in captivity over here. Then that's why also in South America you got pyramids because the Hispanics, Native Americans, and the Negroes, we built up the pyramids in ancient Egypt when we was captivity under the Egyptians, but then y'all built the pyramids again over here. And as smart as the white man is, they can't figure out how they was built even to this day. So that shows that they they like to say that they the smartest people. They like to make it seem like back in the ancient days it was primitive. We was cavemen. That ain't true.
There was
We was a functioning civilization. We was
I think
advanced.
back in the day there was something, there was some type of how do I should have said, there was some type of something that made human build something like that, and just the fact that it was perfect,
Yeah.
there was something out there that I'm not saying like Indianized or something like that, but there was something out
You
there.
said what was it again? You said 80?
Alienized?
What's that?
Alien?
Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bible deals with that too.
Well, I mean, they say, it says that it says something wrong right there, but I'm just the fact that something
I know what you mean. That perfect, something that big.
that perfect.
How heavy that stuff
those
is.
buildings, those things in Egypt, those
Yeah.
things in the Mayan, all those things, those stones, how those stones were built, how they were moved. I mean,
Yeah.
a couple of months ago, they were moved by white people, and they were actually moved by ropes. I don't know if you see that. It's a little TikTok deal.
I know they supposed to be trying to open up tombs and
they
coffins.
pulled them side by side, back, and they moved them, and they actually made them walk. They made them walk.
Oh, they mocking it.
No, they made those.
Oh, like a fake like a copy.
No, they made those stones walk. Okay, so they made those stones walk. Those stones with the big old nose.
Oh yeah.
They made them walk. Either they got them by the head, by the sides, and they made them go side to side, and they made them walk forward.
Okay.
Trying to make them build and trying to make them walk forward, and they made them walk forward. So that's what they were saying, that's what they made them walk. But at the same time, how did they fucking carve into them?
Yeah.
How did they carve into the fucking pyramids?
Big as that is.
How the fuck did they fucking carve them to the top? How the fuck they made fucking deals in carving into pyramids, or how something had to go on. Something. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know.
Oh, it's all right. We talk about it all. But you're right. The Bible talks about UFOs. But
and it talks about having them even in the presidency and all that shit. I mean, it says even 2000, I think it's 2000 or 2000, that we are not supposed to cross through or live through. I think the 200, something like that. Nosotros no tenemos que pasar ni saber lo que tenemos que tener. Something like that in the Bible, and it comes in the Bible, and it even says it in the Mayan calendar that we're not supposed to get to this calendar, because the Mayan calendar, throughout some time of the point, it stops.
You talking like the 2012 stuff?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And the Mayan calendar stops because that's how much they went through.
Yeah.
That's how much they went off of. And then from there, they're not supposed to, everything was supposed to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I was cutting my hair. I was getting a fade when that happened.
Yeah.
And everybody's on the news and everything that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, everything was supposed to just.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It was just like a Mayan. But other than that, I guess the Mayan deal kept going, and this kept coming up. People keep coming up. Gays are gonna marry. People of the same race are gonna marry, and all this is gonna marry. All this is gonna go on the confusion. And yes, it did.
Yep.
It did. I mean, gay people are marrying now these days. If you go to California,
I'm listening.
If you go to California, yeah, god damn it. go to California, it's happening. If you go to somewhere else, here maybe in Dallas, just the fact I have a friend, he's gay. Yes, it is happening, and I mean they're happening. It is they're doing it with the hell, whatever the hell they're doing. But it's going on.
That's
People
all.
of the same
That's part of Bible end time prophecy
people of the
too.
same race, people of the same race, it's going on,
Yeah.
and they're going to keep doing it on. I mean, it's just going on, and there's things coming out from the Bible that maybe it is true, you know,
Like what? Like prophecy, or
yes,
cause it's been, right now we got wars and rumors of wars going on.
yes,
Like if you go, like when you go home, like check out YouTube, type in Russia and Ukraine and U.S. Then go up to the top and put sort by upload date. It's being uploaded by the hour. The tensions over there at the Ukraine border, it's gonna go down, and a lot of people gonna be took by surprise.
yeah,
Because on the news they got this pandemic and all these mandates to cover up what's really going on in the world. And then
yeah,
it's like hundreds of earthquakes all over the world every day. But like another point I was trying to make, both our people are oppressed
yes,
by the white man. But check this out, because like in the Christian church, they tell you that salvation is for everybody. When the Lord comes back, there's going to be peace. Everybody going to be one with one another, and that's not the truth. Because the white man, he stripped us of all of our knowledge. Like the Bible, we used to know like the back of our hand,
yes,
which we forgot about over time. But in the last days, the Lord let us come back to it. But when we read Isaiah 66:15, it says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebukes with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword, the Lord will plead with all flesh," meaning he'll judge all flesh. And it says that the slain of the Lord will be many. So actually, the Lord is going to come back. He's going to kill most people on the planet. But there's a reason for that, because so the people he don't kill is going to be his chosen people.
yes,
But most of our
yes,
people are going to die. But those of our people who come back into the understanding of the Bible to realize that they're an Israelite, and you're not a Mexican and I'm not a Negro, because you can't find Mexican or Negro in the Bible.
yes, sir.
Like on this side, this is what the Lord called us.
Mhm.
Like in the Mexicans, they were called y'all come from the tribe of Issachar, and Issachar is y'all greatest great grandfather. He's like the originator of the Mexicans. So this is what the Lord called us, and this is what the white people in power called us. They changed everything from this to this.
They changed a lot of things.
Yep, and they
changed
did
a lot of
that
things.
to make the Bible hard to
They
understand.
changed a lot of things just to make you seem, just to make you seem, and just to make us see that there wasn't no problem. There was no how do you say race. There was no me and you. There was a lot of things going on,
Yeah,
and this was happened. I mean, if I had a ranch, you were in my ranch, you know.
yeah,
So you weren't a person. You were kind of like a tool.
yep,
And just because of this happened many years after um, thing or things or persons or people were called a tool
yep,
as in a farm deal, and that
yeah.
was this is kind of fucked up deal because um, people were always trying to get something to bring back to the families at the same time. Um, I don't know, just this is kind of messed up.
No, you're right. They changed a lot of stuff, and like right here, this is what the world calls Jesus.
Yeah.
And these here is depictions that some of our people put together. That was blessed with art skills. Um, they close. We see at his return, but he looks more like this because Revelation they tell you that his hairs was white, his wool was white, and his hair was woolly, and his hair was white as snow, and he had skin that was the color of burnt brass, which is why he's dark in his hair. And then, like a good question, we should be asking, why is he holding the sword? and I'm going to show that real quick. Because he's the Messiah, who the world calls Jesus. He's not going to come back like I just read. He's going to come back, and it said that the slain of the Lord should be many. He's going to cause a lot of death. Well, if we go to Matthew 10:34, it reads, "Think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." So again, think not that I come to send peace on the earth, because that's what he think. That's what most people think he's coming to do. And again, he says, "I came not to send peace, but a sword," and that sword represents death. But even before he comes back to execute judgment, that sword represents division. Because if we read on, it reads, "For I am come to set man against his father, and daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law." Because it's this, because the truth, when we come to the correct understanding of the Bible, it compares the Bible to a two-edged sword.
Yeah.
A sword divides. So like he said, he's not coming to bring peace, but a sword, because it's
That's
truth.
why he got the sword.
Yep, the truth represents division, because those of our people who's going to get destroyed in his judgment, they're not going to come back into acknowledging that they're Israelite. So we got to stop calling ourselves Mexican, Negro, Cuban, because that's what our slave master called us. Because we got to go by what the Lord called us and not the white man, because the white man is not God. So after this day, like on a job application, you got to write Mexican and stuff, but you got to know in your heart that you come from the tribe of Issachar and that you're Issacharite. And then, so most of our people, they're not going to believe in that. They're going to say, "No, I'm black. No, I'm African American." African American makes no sense.
Only a few would say that.
Yep. And then also too, how we are oppressed. We oppressed as a people, and the Lord sent the white man against us as a punishment. Because your children, they do bad, you're gonna punish them.
Yeah.
But that don't mean you're gonna punish them forever.
No.
So our captivity here in America is coming to an end. That's why all this stuff going on. Like this pandemic is an equalizer. It's hitting everybody. If you're rich, poor, famous, it's hitting everybody. And they coming with the mandates. You know about the MOB?
Yeah.
The mark, the BEAST.
Yes.
I can't say they take my video down, but Revelation, it says it's going to cause all rich, poor, free, and bond to receive a mark in their right hand.
Yes, sir.
So when he says causes all, that's a mandate. When you a different, more minor word to use. That's why we've seen all these mandates: the social distance mandates, the mask mandate. Now they got the mandate for the needle that they want to poke you in the arm with.
No, and they got that mandate for
don't say those. Yeah, don't say. You talking about the VAX?
But they got that for.
Yeah, that's a mandate. That's what that's leading to. Is I'm gonna read it.
And that's not the only one. They got the mandate for everything. So in the near future, it is going to be what it is.
Yeah, come over here. I want the computer there, just so to hear it. It's not gonna see us. I want them to hear.
No, yeah,
but like if we read right here, hold on, damn, Revelation 13:16. And he causes all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Yes. That's the microchip. That's the mandate. Yes. Because the mandate is when you cause all the people to do something.
Yes, and the mandate, they cause everybody to know where everybody's at and everybody what is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I mean, people are kind of how do you say without saying stupid.
Brainwashed.
Okay, so it's a TV program.
Oh, TV programming that goes in the brainwash, and what else? That's also TV is also witchcraft too.
So it's TV program. So the TV program then into telling them that they are going to have something for them.
Oh yeah,
that are not gonna be for them, but it is for them, and they program them. And guess what? So when every 4 years there is something, either a virus or either okay. So 4 years ago there was a virus. This 4 years, there was a virus. Okay, so there wasn't a cure for it.
Yeah.
Okay, there wasn't a cure for it, but when the guy was elected, I'm not saying the president, but when the guy was elected to be responsible for this, um, all of a sudden there was a cure.
Yep.
So every 4 years there's a virus, and every 4 years there's a cure for it. Why? And it's not a cure for it. There's a cure for it once someone sits down for it
Yeah.
and said, "Oh, I got a virus for this. Vote for me."
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's a good point. And they created all those viruses.
I mean, the government creates it. Just the fact that, I mean, okay. I'm gonna say something,
Yeah.
and hopefully I don't get fucking shot for it or whatever, because I got you. Okay. In LA, California.
Uh-huh.
I'm from LA. I'm not from LA, California, but I'm from California. Yeah. There was a. Do you know Nipsey Hussle?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he was supposed to have an interview with somebody.
Dr. Talking about Dr. Sebi, or are you talking about something else?
Yes, that he was supposed
yeah.
to have an interview with somebody, with a doctor that was supposed to have something with the cancer or something.
Oh, I see something. I see something good for.
Something good for the society that was supposed to cure something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was supposed to cure something, and this person was supposed to have something with his guy.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy didn't have that interview with this people, with this person. Why? Because he fucking got shot up at his own shop.
I think the government did that.
and I'm trying to say that, but yes, fucking the government fucking did that shit. Why? Because
they don't want that.
They need that money.
Yeah, there's a business in cancer.
There's a business. Okay, all that shit. My wife has a ball on her fucking left tip. She goes to every therapy every once in a while, and she still has it. And they say it's not cancer, but it could be taken out. It could be taken out of. But if she goes every week, she goes weekly.
So like just to keep an eye on it.
Just to keep an eye on it, but it's like a grease ball or something like that. But it's the same thing as Nipsey Hussle. He tried to check the word out, like, oh, this shit, and guess what? He got taken out by the government, because why? If he would have said something, if he would have popped out or whatever, saying this fucking shit cures it, everybody would have been like, even me, I fucking would have been. Me and my wife, just for my kids, I'll work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. I wouldn't even sleep. Just the fact that my wife is there and trying to get it going.
Yeah.
But just the fact that Nipsey Hussle tried to say.
You tried to save some people.
Try to save some people. He got shot at and he got killed.
And that's the white man behind that.
And that's not the first time that shit happened. Okay, in the presidency. That's not the first time that shit happened in the presidency. You could say in what was that president that got shot in the head?
Oh, Kennedy.
Kennedy, that was the other one too.
Yeah, he a devil too.
Because he tried to say something, he tried to say a couple of other things, and just because he tried to say other things and you try to say them out loud, you try to mess up the world, or people, or those black people, or not black people, those men in black try to mess up.
I know what you're talking about.
Everybody's saying is men in black, people in suit black, and suit blacks, and then I mean, if it was kind of something like that, but someone is trying to mess up, and someone is trying to cover up all this shit.
It's the white man,
and they're just trying to Area 51.
Yeah,
Area 51. All that shit. It's like, I don't know, but it's just something stupid. Someone trying to save people, but at the same time, the chemos, all that shit, it costs money. It costs money, and
it's
everybody.
A business.
Yeah, it's a business. So.
And that's oppression. You got a cure for something, but you let the people stay sick.
Okay. Okay. So in Mexico, they got the cure for STDs or AIDS. The pill, they got it in Mexico. but at the same time, they ain't trying to bring it over here. Why?
Oh no, that's crash the economy.
Because it will fucking fuck up everybody.
Fuck America.
It fuck up everybody. Yeah, and it's just money. Everything is money. Everything is money.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm a whore, or I'm not trying to say I'll fuck any girl just that she'll bend her booty on me or whatever. But I could go to Mexico right now and I could fuck someone, get an STD, and I could get that pill, and it could go away.
That's crazy.
And at the same time, I could come to the United States, and I could get shot and killed just the fact of saying that I got an STD and I never got it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I'm gonna read this for you real quick, because like how our people are oppressed, you know, me and you, we at the bottom of society. Like the police came over here right now, they gonna ask us what we doing. They might try to search us. We at the bottom of society, like all the other nations, like the Asians, the Arabs.
Okay. I got a 45.
Oh yeah. but yeah, what the point is, like all the other nations, they look down on us.
Oh yeah.
They're like a Mexican, a Negro, and they turn their nose up and turn their head. But that's not gonna be the same. So how we said that the Messiah, he gonna come back, he gonna kill most of the people on the earth. He's gonna do that because the Bible tells us we have enemies. Like the Christian church will tell you we're not supposed to have enemies, we're supposed to love everybody. I read the Bible twice front to back, it's nowhere in there. He's gonna kill everybody, but it's gonna be our enemies. And our enemies will be those who oppress us. So that's the white man, the Asians, the Arab, the Indians. And when he kills our enemies, those of us he saved, who come back into the knowledge of the Bible, he's gonna set us high above the earth, and we're gonna rule over our oppressors. So the white man, Donald Trump, President Biden, who oppress us now, we're going to rule over them. That's why they spend so much money keeping our people in prison, keeping us involved in the drug wars, black on black crime, Mexican on Mexican crime. But I'm going to read this for you real quick. The Lord will have mercy on Jacob. Because what the Christian church tell you, the Lord is going to have mercy on everybody. And that's not true. Because the Lord says he's going to have mercy on Jacob. And this will be Jacob. So when we say children of Israel, children of Jacob, because Jacob and Israel are the same person. The Lord changed Jacob's name to Israel. It's like you got a regular name, then when you get in the gang, you get a gang name. That's what the Lord did for Jacob. So Israel would be like his gang name, you know, dealing with the Bible. So again, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. Same thing. Jacob and Israel, and he will set them in their own land. Because right now we not in our own land. We in the land of the ones who took us captive. Yes. And we know this because we got to use his money system, his court system, his law enforcement can lock us up. We can't make our own laws and govern our own people according to our laws. We got to follow his laws. So we not in our own land. Even if you own your property, your house, we still not in our own land. Because you can't do what you want on your land. So again, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel, and will set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. So the strangers are going to be joined with us in our own land. And the strangers will be everybody that's not on that sign. And who's not on that sign? The white man, the Africans. And I got to put this out there. Negroes and Africans, two different people.
Nope.
Like, you know, you got Asians, Japanese, and Chinese, two different Asian people. That's the lie America like to push, that Africans and Negroes are the same. They're not. But this the point. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Cleave means if I grab onto you and hold on to you, that's cleaving. Because like right now when people see us, they don't want us nowhere around them. So what this is saying is that there's going to come a time where people are going to cleave on to us. They want to like celebrities. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then if we go into the next verse, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place in the house of Israel, the people in that sign. The house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So it says the land of the Lord, that's the kingdom of heaven. The Christian church, the white men also tell you that when we get to heaven, everybody's going to hold hands. We're going to be at peace forever. Mm-hmm. That's not true. In the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be a system, and there's going to be a rulership in heaven, and also in heaven there's going to be servants and handmaids. So again, I'm gonna show you. So if we read, "In the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord," meaning that we will possess them in the kingdom of heaven, for servants and handmaids.
Okay.
So when we get to the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have servants.
Yeah.
Who's our servants gonna be? And let's see. "And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." So the kingdom of heaven is going to be us ruling over our oppressors, taking captives the ones who took us captive.
Yeah.
The elites know that. That's why they keep us in prisons. That's why they keep us in the war on drugs.
That's what keep us captive.
Yep. And that's why they want to kill us, because they know this Bible prophecy is going to take place. So they figure if they can kill us off, this prophecy won't happen.
Little by little.
Yep.
Little by little.
Like if me and you had our own gangs, and I knew that you was about to, yep, I knew you was about to get bigger than me on the streets for some reason. I try to like kill you and all your people because I see you coming up, and that's what's going on in America. They trying to kill us off because they know eventually they're gonna go into slavery under us. And then if we go to Revelation 13:10, I'm gonna start at 9. "If any man have an ear, let him hear." Everybody got ears, so what that mean? That means let him that got understanding of the Bible listen to this. So that's the Lord saying, listen if you can understand. It said, "He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity." And this is the book of Revelation. You know, Revelation is supposed to be the end of the story. So the end of this story is telling us that the people who took us captive, we're going to take them captive. "And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword." And who killed us with the sword? So-called white man. And here's the patience and faith of the saints. And I'm saying white man a lot because we come into the correct understanding of the Bible. The white man is the reason for everything. He the reason we got a middle class and a poor class. He the reason that people like us are oppressed. Bro, you be on YouTube at all?
A little bit, not really.
Man, I was gonna give you my YouTube channel so you can check me out on there.
What is it?
Matter of fact, I got a car. I'm gonna just send it to you. Here it is, right here. So
you got a card.
Oh yeah, you can just take it, or a picture, whatever you want. But this my channel right here. This top one, Fear Yahawadah.
Yes, sir. That's it.
I bet. So the top one is me. The bottom one, my bro down in Houston. True Doctor 144.
We need. I'm trying to follow everything I can because I mean this is coming to an end and.
Bro, yeah.
Nobody is realizing that all this shit is just. Everybody think it's funny, hee ha ha, but at the same time when it's coming down, and when it's going down,
yeah,
they're gonna realize that shit.
Yep.
I should have said. That's the thing. Maybe I should have gone. I should have said.
I should have listened to that dude. I should have read the Bible.
You know, that dude at the park.
I should have prayed more.
But at the same time, with the people, okay, we're sitting down the street. I mean, I'm just trying to get saved. I'm trying to. And a couple of little things here and there, and it's just I mean, like society, the secret of the mind, and all that shit. Trying to get just my mind, trying to get set.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going.
Oh yeah. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, like and when you consider the Bible, all the prophets, all the men who wrote the Bible, they was either Negro, Hispanic, or Native American, because the Bible is Black history and Mexican history. Everybody's Black, Hispanic, or Native American. And then
but all of a sudden, white people ain't got history.
No, they don't got no history. And this is ancient paintings of us during the ancient days, and like a lot of these paintings, they were found overseas in abandoned caves, abandoned tombs, abandoned cities, and then like this is actually on the cave wall, where they had cut out sections of the wall and set it up in the museum. And like we see right here, this supposed to be an angel. He black. And same over here, and it's supposed to be Mother Mary. Then I got some more
Because if
right
you look
here.
at them, so everything is all the thing gold.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's gold with the skin of gold.
Yep, that's us.
It's a skin of gold.
Then if you look at the angels,
There's
the
no
angels
skin
black.
Of white. Where you seen the skin of white?
Yep.
Nah. It's a skin of gold.
Then this supposed to be a true image of the Messiah that they got in the frame over there in Jerusalem. And if he was black, that means Mary was black.
Jerusalem is a little bit different.
Huh? Oh, I didn't hear you.
If you go to Jerusalem, my sister gone to Jerusalem.
That's
It's a little bit different, and they talk a little bit different. But I talked to my sister a little bit different. But Jerusalem is Arabian.
And that was our land at first.
It's Arabian.
Uh-huh.
It's Arabian and black.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the tour, and for us Mexican, it's more of a Arabian, because the Arabian kind of fits down more on us.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that it kind of goes down, and it kind of goes down the same culture.
Yeah.
But if you kind of look at us at the same time, white people were never there.
No, they
at
was.
the same time.
They was in the caves.
Yeah, at the same time, how can, and it goes down to this, how can you discover you when I was already there?
Yeah. And we go, I'm gonna bring this up. We you know, he was a caveman. He was in the caves. We, one time or another, I'm sure me and you, our people, we always had a conversation. Where do white people come from? I'm gonna show you in the Bible real quick, because the Bible got the answer.
White people were kind of coming from Israel, not Israel, Italians, Germans. They weren't really white people. They didn't just come over here. They just bumped into land.
Yeah.
Other people were already there and they kind of already discovered it.
Yep. So I'm gonna read this for you real quick. We're gonna start at Genesis 25, verse 21. Now Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So Isaac prayed to the Lord because his wife had no children. And the Lord granted his plea. And that means that the Lord allowed his wife to get pregnant like Isaac prayed for her. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. But the children means more than one. So she became pregnant with more than one baby. And the children struggled together with her. And she said, if all is well, why am I like this? My bad, let me get it on my phone. This is the original King James on my phone. So again, Rebekah said, if all is well, why am I like this? So she was saying, if the Lord blessed me with these children, why is it such a hard pregnancy? Why am I so sick? So she went to inquire of the Lord. So she went to a prophet and asked that prophet to ask the Lord, why am I having such a rough pregnancy if you bless me with this pregnancy? And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in your womb. So how we say races of people, the Bible called us nations. So that's your nationality, your bloodline. So it's pretty much saying you got 2 different races of people in your belly. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So you're saying that 2 totally different kind of people are gonna be separated from you. Then if you think about our people, me and your people, we both spiritual and family oriented, and we love our family. We love the people. If you think about the white man, he's the opposite of us. That's 2 manner of people. So again, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And 1 people shall be stronger than the other people. We know me and you are stronger than the white race. We know this from boxing. And the elder shall serve the younger. Now this is where the point we've been waiting on. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. We knew that there was multiple children, but we know that it's twins. He said, two nations are in your womb, and two manner of people should be separated from thy bowels. But now this is part we've been waiting on. And the first child, the first came out red, all over, like in hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now if we read this again, while looking at this, it says again, and the first came out red, red all over. This is a white baby. This is the birth of the first white man in the Bible. So the first came out red all over, like in hairy garment. That's why we got a red baby and a hairy baby. A red man and a hairy man. Showing that from birth until he's full grown, this fits him. This is Esau. So again, the first came out red all over, like in hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. After that, his brother came out, and his brother is where we come from. This is the birth of Jacob. And his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. So remember, why did Jacob grab Esau's heel when he came out? Because remember we just read before that it said that the children struggled together within her. A struggle was a fight. So Jacob, this so-called black baby, was fighting this red baby in the womb. So this is where the tension of black versus white versus Mexican, that's where this come from. It started in Rebecca's womb. And then the same fight that we see, the white man shooting us down, locking y'all up, he lynching us, that's the same struggle in the womb. So the fight carried over from the womb, and that's the same fight, the same struggle that we see today. Yep, but it's gonna come to an end at the return of the Messiah. He's gonna finish it. But if we continue, and if we're gonna go into some more clues, how we know that this red hairy baby is Esau. So I'm gonna continue. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare him, and the boys grew. So they come into adulthood, teenagehood, and they said, and Esau was a cunning hunter. What people like to hunt. I mean, we all hunted for survival back in the day, but who hunts today? Why are the animals going extinct all over the world? It's because the white man is hunting them all. The difference between me and your people hunting, we hunted for survival.
We're hunting for food.
For food. The white man's not hunting for food. He hunting for the thrill of the kill, as they call it, or the thrill of the hunt. They just want to go shoot something. Oh, I got a new assault rifle. Let me go test it out on a bear. Let me go test it out on a giraffe. That's why we got so many animals going extinct. So again, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field, because they are a man of the field. And when you think about this, when you watch Animal Planet, who's in the lion's den with the lions? Think about the crocodile hunter. Why ain't he just leave the damn crocodiles alone? Why you gotta wrestle the crocodile when it's a tornado out? Why you got such things called storm chasers? Cause he a man of the field. Cause anything he likes to conquer nature and conquer the outdoors.
There's no coming in nature.
And it does not. Nature's gonna always prevail, because it's powered by the Holy Spirit. And let's continue. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in his tents. So who he come from? Jacob, he was dwelling in his tents. Pretty much meaning he was doing what he had to do. And that's what we do as a people. We do what we gotta do, and we don't do too much extra. But ultimately this goes back into Jacob was, keeping the law. But if we continue, and Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his venison. Isaac was her father. It said Isaac loved Esau because he ate of Esau's venison. And we know what people like to hunt venison. And that'd be the white man. But Rebecca loved Jacob. Now here's another clue that we know that this Esau is the white man in the Bible. And
Let me go take a piss.
oh, go ahead, bro.
I don't know what.
Hey y'all, so unexpected visitor for the day. I saw this brother. He come from the tribe of Issachar. He would be a so-called Mexican. Now I know this brother all over the place talking. Um, don't want to put his business out there, but he tipsy. So that's why I'm being patient with him and trying to deal with him to show him this truth. The more I talk to him, I see he get it. He say he don't believe in the Bible, but he can everything that I'm saying to him according to the Bible. His spirit is his spirit is picking up on it. So um, we're gonna take however long is needed to try to get him to see the truth. Because I had a handful of stuff I wanted to talk about today, but we'll do that tomorrow, um, Lord willing. But we'll get it out eventually. But while this brother doing what he got to do, we always got to open up. I kind of jumped right into it because his brother was here. But we gonna always face the east. We're gonna always give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahawadah Bahashim Rakakadash, and always double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for bringing us His truth. Honors to all the brothers that's pushing His truth, risking their life for freedom to do so, and shalom to the true believers in Yahweh Bahashim Yahawadah that's returning to Him during these last days, so that He may have mercy on them in the time of judgment. Now the brother sitting down, like I said, he tipsy. If he come back, he come back. But I'm kind of letting him do his own thing. I'm not gonna bother him. But a little update. I've been having a really rough week, and I can't complain. I gotta just push through it. And one of the things that happened is all my lessons, all my resources, pictures, video clips I use, old lessons that I record, live lessons that I record. Like right now, I put them on my hard drive. And my hard drive, I believe it has a virus or it's partly damaged. But but what happened is the white man, the Edomites, they sent something to my computer and it messed up my hard drive. So I'm not able to go on my hard drive and click files and drag them. I'm not really able to drag stuff. I can't put nothing on a hard drive, and I can barely take anything off. So, and how I know that the white man did this is because, first of all, um, my computer is perfectly fine. So, oh, and the reason I know this is because anytime my pages get deleted, I make another page, and like I said, I got all my lessons backed up on my hard drive. And what I do is I just plug in my hard drive, and now I take my previous lessons and just drag them to the YouTube upload page. Now I upload my lessons there. So my actual lessons is not kept on my laptop because I don't have enough memory, but it's on this hard drive. And one day I was uploading lessons. It was sometime last weekend. I had a weird program just pop up on my computer and it opened itself up. So I exited out and then I did the steps that I had to do to delete it from my computer, and it went to the recycling bin and I deleted from the recycling bin. So I'm like, I don't know what that was, but okay. Then like 2 days later, I'm trying to upload. I got a strike on one page, so I made another page and started uploading there. And I noticed I wasn't able to access my hard drive, myself on the hard drive. So I'm like, man, what's going on? And what happens is every time I click the hard drive and start going into the folders and clicking stuff, it just freezes. And then it ejects itself. It closes everything out, and I just can't do anything. And how I know that the white man did this is the thing that the white man sent to my computer, it attacked my hard drive and not my computer. Because it seemed like when you get a virus or something from the internet, that it will hit your computer first. And everything on the computer is perfectly fine. Um, Everything is fast, and I have an Apple computer, so you don't even need virus protection. It's built in. And and that my computer is working perfectly fine, but my hard drive is not working. And to go even further, that I know that this is the white man that did it, because again, he sent something to my computer that damaged my hard drive, because the computer is perfectly fine, but also on my hard drive itself, I got a few folders when you first click into the hard drive. I got a folder of all my music that I accumulated over the years. And I got Lil Boozy, Gucci Mane, Jeezy, Kevin Gates, Slim Thug, Eminem, everybody that I accumulated over the years. I don't listen to the stuff no more, but it's still on my hard drive, um, because it's there. It's been there for years. And also, I used to party a lot, so I got a bunch of pictures and videos that I also accumulated over the years. But in another folder, it's called Work for Yahawadah Yahawadah. So all my old lessons that I record, I put them in that folder. Now, when I open my hard drive, I can go through all my old music, all the folders work, all the music work. When I go through my party stuff, all my pictures, all my videos work. But once I go into my folder for the work of this truth, that's the only folder where stuff don't work. That's the only folder, once I click it, it starts freezing. And when I try to drag stuff off of it, such as my old videos, it doesn't work. And or when I try to play those videos, I can't even play those videos now. And that's how I know the white man did it. Because like I said, something a weird program opened up on my computer. Whatever, I deleted it, no problem. And it happened when I was on YouTube uploading lessons. And so I deleted it. And like a day after, I was trying to upload. I noticed every time I go in that folder with my stuff, it'll freeze. It'll just X everything out. And I kept starting over, like, man, what's going on? So I thought my computer was hot, maybe the hard drive was hot. So through the spirit, I believe that the white man sent something to my computer that attacked my hard drive. And how I know again that it was him, because it didn't attack the computer, it attacked the hard drive. Because my computer is good, my folders with my worldly music, all my party stuff, I can look at all that stuff in my folder with this work, with all my lessons and resources. I can't open it. But so I spend hours and hours all this week trying to access my stuff from this hard drive. So through the Lord allowed me to find a slick way to pull my stuff off. So I was able to pull most of my videos, most of my previous lessons. Um, it took a long time to do it, because even in the midst of me putting that stuff off, the computer, the hard drive kept freezing. The computer works good, but when I plug the hard drive in and start trying to search that stuff, it freezes, it X's out, so I have to start over. So I pretty much put all of my time for the past week into pulling off my stuff. I was able to get a good chunk of my live lessons, but about 40% of my live lessons I'm not able to get. So I lost just a handful of my live lessons of me out in the public, and I lost one video that I did when I go in depth and show the scriptures on the screen, which that video I can redo because I have a little more understanding and I can do it better, which is something I wanted to do anyway. So again, even through all this going on, the Lord blessed me and He gave me the wisdom to try to work out a few kinks to pull my stuff off. Because that before the Lord blessed me to pull all the stuff off, I almost went into a deep state of depression because I was like, man, I spent all this time and hours putting this stuff together, and I put it on a hard drive, so I got a backup. But it looked like for a moment that I lost all of it because I couldn't go into this folder. Nothing worked, and now it was looking like that was gonna be the case. And I do want to put up a scripture real quick because that would have been really discouraging if I would have lost all that stuff because I easily put, man, I easily put, man, I could honestly say I easily put hundreds of hours, if not 1,000 hours by now. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself. I put hundreds of hours, maybe 6, 7, 800 hours into the videos that I made, taking notes, recording, editing, finalizing and stuff. I put hundreds of hours easily. That's why I really only have a video come out maybe once a week or every 2 weeks because I go deep into it, editing it. But that's why I try to come out and do live lessons and upload those so that I'm always uploading stuff for the believers. So it looked like I had lost all of that, but after playing with the computer, playing with the hard drive, the Lord allowed me to pull my stuff off. And I know that was all the test from the Lord. Because right before all that, my cousin Torrance, which he's teaching his truth now. I'm gonna have the link to his page in the description box. He did one of the newest prophets on the scene, so we gotta support him. He had just sent me a lesson from one of my other teachers. He was like, "Hey, did you see Macabbees live?" And just for him to text me that, I knew that I needed to see it. So I said, "No, I didn't, not yet, but I'm gonna check it out tonight." So I listened to the live, and it was pretty much is us being in this truth, being a man of the Lord, being the believers, even you women too. Well, especially the teachers, the men, we're gonna be greatly afflicted. We're gonna suffer things. We're gonna go through things. It might be with your family. It might be with your spouse. It might be your friends. It might be your work. And with Maccabees, he kind of had a bunch of stuff coming at him all at once. It was pretty much taking up a lot of his time. Because Maccabees is a great teacher. He always teaching and always feeding us. So he had a bunch of stuff going on. And I was like, man, that was really powerful. And pretty much, no matter what we got going on, we got to endure in this truth. We can't fall out of it. And we got to stand strong in what we fighting for. Because it's not going to be an easy fight. And a lot of brothers, even my cousin, Torrance, when they come into this truth, everybody suffers something. Now, it happened the opposite for me. Since I've been in this truth, everything been gravy. Like, I haven't had nothing. But my whole time leading up to me coming to this truth, I was afflicted. Because, like, from 2014 to 2020 down there, I was being greatly afflicted. And all that ended when I came into this truth. But since I've been in this truth, everything been pretty gravy. I haven't really had no hard times pertaining to the truth until last week when it was looking like I was gonna lose all the work that I had created, that the Holy Spirit allowed me to create. But even if I would have lost everything, we gotta keep pushing. We can't be discouraged and fall out of this truth. We can't be discouraged and fall out of doing this work. We got to keep pushing no matter what we got going on behind us. And I was glad my cousin pointed that lesson out to me from Maccabees because Maccabees himself, I seen him. He got to be on like the 14th or 15th YouTube channel right now, and he has a big he feeds a lot of sheep because he has easily over 1,000 subscribers on multiple pages. Then I'll be like listening to him. Then one day I like see that his page is completely gone from YouTube. And then I look him up and I find his new page and he'll say, they took my page down. I lost over 800 lessons. And me losing about 60, 70 lessons, that's nothing compared to what Maccabees lost already. He lost, this man literally lost thousands of lessons already. Um, like for real, like over the years, he lost over 1,000 lessons. But despite what he lost, what he went through, he's still pushing to this very day, just as strong as ever. And he didn't lose faith. He didn't be discouraged. He kept pushing, and that's what we got to do as believers in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is we have to endure. Endure means you have to outlast, and you endure by having faith and believing in this truth. And like Maccabees, and even like me, if I would have lost my stuff, I felt like I was being in the flesh. I was looking at it from the flesh, being carnal minded. Like, man, I put all these man hours into making this stuff just to lose it. I was upset, but I was like, man, it was all in vain. But it wasn't in vain because a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot, like Maccabees, like some of the bigger teachers, but I helped a handful of people in learning this truth. Like my dad, my mom, and I got a handful of subscribers that hit me in the comments. I helped them out with some stuff, so it wasn't in vain. I changed some people's lives. Uh, I gave people knowledge of this truth, um, and that led them to being a believer in this truth, but also led them into researching for themselves. So even if I would have lost everything, it's not in vain. That's me looking from the um, being in the flesh, like dang, I lost everything. But if I'd have been spiritual about it, nothing was in vain. Even if I did put a bunch of man hours in my stuff and lose it, nothing was in vain because the Lord, it was all recorded from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai himself. He witnessed the hours that I put into it. He saw the people that I was able to give this knowledge to give knowledge to this truth. So it's not in vain. And we need to realize, we need to keep that in mind in this truth. Um, like Maccabees, like he lost a lot of stuff that he put, a man hour to, many hours, a lot of time, energy, sacrificed a lot, but it's not in vain because he fed a lot of sheep, thousands of people. Same sheep, they always coming back to him through his various YouTube pages. So like, and that's how you're supposed to look at it spiritually. Nothing is in vain, no matter what we lose. If we lose lessons, if we even if we in this truth and something happens, and even if we lose a hand, nothing is in vain because the Lord sees all, and it's recorded, and the work was already done, and we're going to be rewarded accordingly to our works, for our works. And with that being said, I want to go to Matthew chapter 24. We're going to go down to to verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Because that's the key to salvation. You have to endure to the end. It's not what the Christian church teach you. And you got people walking around here that say, I'm saved and I know I'm saved. Saved from what? Nothing's happened yet. You can only be saved when you're faced with death. So when was any of these people faced with death talking about they saved? No, you only saved by enduring until the end. And enduring until the end means enduring in its truth. And enduring in its truth, meaning enduring in the roles that the Lord put you in. So if you're a believer, you got to keep believing. So let's say, for example, you're a believer, you got a bunch of lessons on your computer, you took a bunch of notes, and this, and that. Let's say you lose your computer. You're like, man, I put so much time into this, it's all in vain. It's not, because you learned the knowledge yourself and you did the work. You put time into it. The Lord saw it. And that's when you look at it spiritually. That nothing is lost in the spirit. But in the flesh, in the physical, things could be lost. But in the spirit, nothing is ever lost. And we got to endure this truth. So if you're a believer, you got to keep believing. You got to keep studying. Okay, like if you're a believer and your house catch on fire, you lose your Bibles, your computer, all your notes. The Lord blessed you with that spiritually. So it's always a part of you. So everything that you learn, you can take it and kind of recreate it and go even further. Like being this truth. If I'd have lost something, I could do all this over again and more. Keep pushing. It's not the end, but we got to endure. And those of us who teach, we got to keep teaching. We got to keep providing food for the sheep. And we got to keep believing ourselves. And one of the commandments is you're supposed to have faith. So we got to stay in faith. We can never lose faith. We can never even question our faith. Now I'm going to jump to the book of Revelation. Give me about 30 seconds. Matter of fact, this is not the scripture I was looking for, but I'm going to bring this real quick. Revelation 20 and 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahawadah, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, and according to their works. So again, the dead were judged out of those things that were written in the books and according to their works. So when we're judged according to our works, according to the stuff that are written in the books, uh, what we done in the flesh is written, the stuff that's pertaining to this truth. So rather we lose lessons or lose a house and lose notes, regardless of what we lose, it's already written. It's already recorded as part of our works. So we're going to be rewarded accordingly to what was written. We're gonna be rewarded um, according to the spirit, not according to what we have here. And I'm gonna jump to another scripture. I think it's actually 22. So forgive me, give me 30 more seconds. Please forgive me, I cannot find the scripture. I'm gonna do a quick word search. Man, I'm way off. Okay. So also I'm gonna go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So the focus here is the Lord said, hold fast which thou hast. Because whatever the Lord bless us with in the spirit, we are to hold on to it. Because the Lord gave us this truth in the spirit. He didn't give it to us in the physical. So rather we lose lessons or you lose notes or something happens where you lose your physical works, it's still with us in the spirit. And through the spirit, our works that we did in the physical is recorded into the book of life. And is recorded in the heavens, which we'll be judged by. So even if I would have lost my stuff, um, hold on fast to what the Lord blessed me with in the spirit. Keep moving. And that's what Maccabees, I want to acknowledge him about that. Because I could tell sometimes he'd say, like, man, I lost over 800 lessons. I could see he's being afflicted, but he keep pushing. He don't slacken his truth. He don't be a slothful servant. He teaches well as he's always taught, no matter what's happened. And we're supposed to do that in his truth. And even the believers. Let's say if you house catch on fire, you lose out a bunch of notes, a bunch of precepts, your hard drive, pictures, lessons you recorded. You can get all that back. You gotta remain a strong and faithful servant. You gotta keep pushing and keep studying just as you did when you was fresh in the truth. Now, so that's pretty much what's been going on with me. Now, I lost a handful of my live lessons, so over the coming weeks and the coming days, when I'm out in the public teaching, I'm gonna sort of mention some of the same stuff that I did in those lessons that I lost, just to bring it back out, just so it's out there. For people who come upon my live lessons. Now, while I'm hearing this, I stumbled upon Revelation chapter 5. So when I'm here, we're going to go through this. Revelation, one of the hardest books. So through the Holy Spirit, I'm going to do my best to break it down. Because I received most of the breakdowns of the book of Revelation from my teachers, but we're going to bring it out. Because I had mentioned this to the Issacharite brother, the Mexican brother that I was talking to a bit ago, that the Bible is the trickiest book on the planet. And the Lord sealed up the knowledge of this book so that we are the people that the understanding of this book would not be in the earth until the time that we are in now. Because I was talking to my stepmom before, and she was like, well, why is it that we understand the Bible now in the passages and stuff, didn't understand it back in her day when she was growing up, or back in our grandparents' day. But the understanding wasn't there. And I answered her the best I could through the spirit. I was fresh into the truth. Maybe only a couple. I was a year into the truth. I wasn't in deepest to it as I was yet, meaning I wasn't as heavily invested, putting much time as I do now. But I answered her and I told her it just wasn't the time, and I was correct. Because with that being said, I'm gonna go to First Peter, First Peter 2:9, and that's what I'm gonna go to. First Peter 2:9. First Peter 2:9. We go to First Peter 2:9. I brought this out before, but we're gonna bring it again. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of Yahweh, which had not obtained mercy, but have now obtained mercy. So the reason we got the understanding of these scriptures now, and our grandparents didn't have this understanding, and the generations before us for hundreds of years and had this understanding, is because they wasn't a chosen generation. And what this mean by we are a chosen generation is this is the generation that Yahweh Shai said that Yahweh Shai is set to return to the earth. And I want to bring out something real quick. Let me do a quick look up a scripture real quick. So I'm going to go to Matthew 24, verse 34. Because we are a chosen generation. And I'm going to let this truck go by. Because this generation that's here is the same generation that was on the scene when Yahweh Shai was first on the scene. So if you go to Matthew 24, verse 34, it reads, "Truly I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till these things be fulfilled." And the things are the prophecies that's leading up to the return of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Because again, the Lord says, this generation shall not pass. And what this means is this generation, um, what's the word? Pretty much saying that this generation won't die. And I don't mean like people who's gonna have immortality, but we won't get past this generation. That this will be the last. That this is the that there won't be a generation after. And that yeah, and that's what that means. Because again, when it says that we are a chosen generation, is because we're the people who's going to witness the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. And this generation that's here now is the same generation that was on the scene when Yahweh Shai said this, that this generation should not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Because when he said that, he was physically talking to people. He was saying to the people physically that this generation won't pass until these prophecies be fulfilled. But all those people died. So what does that mean? That means those same people that Yahweh Shai said this to, the same people that was on the scene, the same Jews, the same disciples, the same Romans, the Sadducees and the Pharisees that was always rebelling against the Lord Yahweh Shai, they back on the scene today. So that's what it means when the Lord says that this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. And I think a better term is that this generation won't. It was on the tip of my tongue and it slipped my mind. Is that it means that this generation will not be done away with, meaning that our time is not finished. So the same people are back on the scene today. That's why if we go back, I think the First Peter 2:9, but ye are a chosen generation, and we are a chosen generation. One, because we're back on the scene, because Yahweh Shai told us this generation won't pass till these things be fulfilled. So we're back here in this generation so that all those things that were written can be fulfilled. And part of the prophecies that's to be fulfilled in this generation, which I get to in a moment, is that the true, correct knowledge and understanding of the Bible will be poured out in the Spirit throughout the earth to the Lord's chosen people. So again, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people. And because this is the generation we are set to be a royal priesthood again. And this is the generation we are coming together as a holy nation again. We are now a peculiar people again here on the earth. Because in the time of our parents coming up and our grandparents, that wasn't a holy nation, a peculiar people. And we're going to get why in the next verse. And it says that we should shoot forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, and called us out of darkness. This darkness is misinformation of America that the white man has been pushing on us since the times of slavery. Christianity, white Jesus, everybody can go into the kingdom of heaven. Everybody was created equal. That he the Israelis and the Jews. That's darkness. That's misinformation. So we are to show praise to the Holy Spirit who was sent by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we're supposed to show praise to Yahweh Shai, to Yahweh, through the name of Yahweh Shai, who called us out of this darkness into this marvelous light. Because it's a marvelous light, knowing that we're the true Hebrews, that we're the Israelites. It's a marvelous light, knowing that the Lord, that Yahweh Shai, is this man here, that we are made in his image, the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's a marvelous light seeing the end of white supremacy. It's a marvelous light knowing we're at the end of our captivity. It's a marvelous light knowing that the man who raped, robbed, and murdered us for hundreds of years, even going back to the ancient days, that those people are going to be punished and they're going to be put under us in subjection, meaning the same people who enslaved us, they're going to go enslave you under us. That's a marvelous light, knowing that the Lord is going to come redeem his people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the people who are the most oppressed here on the earth. That's a marvelous light, knowing that the promises and the covenants, the giving of the law, and everlasting life is only for us. And that Yahweh Shai himself came and died only for us. That's all part of that marvelous light. So again, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him, that we should show forth the praises of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, who hath called you out of darkness into this marvelous light. And also, this truth is that marvelous light, and not everybody was called out of darkness. So that's even greater reason to shoot forth praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that he handpicked us to come into this light, because the Lord picks us. We don't pick the Lord. Like, it's a prideful and foolish thing to say, I decided to give my life to the Most High. I'm giving my life to the Lord. Because who is you? Like, the Lord don't need you. The Lord don't need you to do him no favor by deciding you want to serve him. Because the Lord picks us, because he is a great king. And when you think about a king, he picks his women, he picks his servants, he picks everything. So if the Lord called you out of darkness, us out of darkness, we need to be greatly thankful for that. Because he could have picked anybody, but he picked us. And we can think of people who we know the Lord didn't pick. We can see it all over America. Again, the Lord is a great king. He picked us. We didn't pick him. Because people make it seem like they're doing the Lord a favor. Like, yeah, I want to do this for God, do this for the Lord. No, the Lord don't need you to do anything for him. And the mysteries of the kingdom say the Lord don't need you to love him. He don't need nobody to love him. Like, what he need our love for? He all powerful, almighty. But again, ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in the time past were not a people, but are now the people of Yahweh, which had not obtained mercy, but have not obtained mercy. So again, let's break this down. Which in the time past were not a people. Because in the time of our grandparents, we was calling ourselves color, blacks, Negroes, Native Americans, Mexicans. We were not a people. And what does this mean? That we were not the people of the Lord. Because we was living according to the traditions of the white man who who indoctrinated us, who gave us His ways. So we was a people of the white man. We weren't a people of the Lord. But now that He called us out of darkness, out of this misinformation pushed on by America into this marvelous light, this true knowledge and understanding of the Bible, we are now a people of Yahweh, which had not attained mercy, but have now obtained mercy. By us being in this marvelous light, now being the people of Yahweh, we have obtained mercy. Because only 1/3 of our people is going to come into this marvelous light. And only that 1/3 of the people is going to obtain mercy. So you obtain mercy by coming to this marvelous light, which is this truth, the true understanding of the scriptures. That's how you obtain mercy. You don't obtain mercy by saying, I'm going to give my life to the Lord. You don't obtain mercy by praying and reading the Bible and being a preacher. You obtain mercy after the Lord handpick you out of darkness into this truth. If the Lord handpick you to receive mercy. So that being said, we're going to go to Revelation chapter 5, and then we're going to finish up there. Revelation 5:1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. So if you think about a letter, when it's sealed, meaning it is unopened. And if something is unopened, you don't know what's inside of it. So again, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. Now this number 7 deals with completion. So, to the best of my understanding, that this book was completely sealed, that it was not to be opened. And this doesn't mean the Bible is not to be opened physically. The Bible, most of the stuff has a spiritual overtone in it, meaning when you read it, you're going to use physical words and physical descriptions to describe something that's spiritual. So spiritually, this book was closed up, meaning that we would not make sense of this Bible in the spirit. Verse 2, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? So an angel with a mighty voice, a deep voice, was saying, who is worthy to open this book and loose its seals? Meaning who is worthy enough to understand this book, to break it down, to push forth the understanding of it here on the earth and in the heavens. Because when you read on with this chapter, nobody in heaven understands this Bible neither. Just Yahweh and Yahweh Shai himself, who is the author of it. So I'm going to read verse 2 again and continue to verse 3. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven or in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. So no one in heaven was worthy to open the book, meaning to come into the light of the understanding of the Bible, neither nobody on earth. And when it says under the earth, it's talking about the people, all the people who lived previously and died. So there was no man on heaven, no man alive on earth, neither was there ever a man alive on earth. Meaning none of the men who died could open this book either, meaning they could understand this book in the spirit. Verse 4, and I wept much, because no man was worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And this doesn't mean physically open the Bible and read it, meaning nobody was able to read it and understand it, to read it with understanding. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And this is a blessing, because this is the reason why we are now to this marvelous light. And when we read it again, one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the lion of the tribe of Judah. And this is the lion of the tribe of Judah right here. The lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, the son of David. hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals thereof. But so again, there was no man on earth, in heaven, or under the earth, meaning who previously lives. Nobody was able to open this book. So this shows how deep and how complex this book is. Not even the angels in heaven was worthy to open this book, was worthy to read it with understanding and to break it down. With the Lion of the tribe of Judah, he prevailed and opened the book and loosed the seven seals thereof. So Yahawadah, the Messiah, loosening the seals of his book, that was him. That was symbolic of him pushing forth the true knowledge and understanding of the Bible here in the last days. Because Revelation, for the people can agree that it deals with end time prophecy, but in the end times, and some of the stuff in the book of Revelation spoke of things that happened in the beginning of the world. But one of the things that would happen in the last days is that the seals of this book would be loosed, and people in the spirit will come into the true understanding of the Bible. So First Peter 2:9, when it says, show forth praises to him who called us out of darkness into this marvelous light. That was all because of the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Yahawadah. It's him. He's the reason that the seals of this book was loosened. He's the reason that we are now able to be called into this marvelous light. He's the reason that the true knowledge and understanding of the Bible is here on the earth. Because previously it wasn't in earth or nowhere in heaven. Verse 6, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh sent forth into all the earth. Now, when we read this one here, it says, in the midst of the throne, in the midst of the four beasts, in the midst of the elders, stood the lamb, as it had been slain. Yahawadah, the Messiah, he's the Lamb of God that was slain, meaning when he was crucified, when he died for our sins and his sins. And stood as a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns. Now, people read this and they physically picture a horn, picture a lamb with 7 horns and 7 eyes. In the Bible, a horn represents power. So meaning that Yahawadah, who had been slain, that standing in the throne of heaven, he's right now meaning that he will be given complete power. That's why we read the book of John. I believe it says all things in the heaven and earth was given unto him, and that all power in heaven was given unto him, meaning all authority and jurisdiction was given unto him from Yahweh. So having 7 horns, meaning he has complete power, and 7 eyes, meaning eyes go into foresight, so what you see. So this would be complete knowledge of the prophecies of the things that are going to happen. And when it says, which are the 7 spirits of Yahweh, which went forth into all the earth, these are the spirits of prophecy that will go into earth. So these 7 spirits of prophecy will go into the earth and will move the man to prophesy. Now, if you continue, and he came back, he took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 20 elders fell before the Lamb. They fell before Yahawadah, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by the blood out of every kindred, tongue, and people and nation. So Yahawadah, who was slain, he redeemed us. And him coming in the likeness of man and dying for his people and defeating death, that is what made him worthy to open this book. Meaning, this book was given to him, um, and that's why, complete power was given to him too, and has redeemed us to Yahweh, and he redeemed us to Yahweh when he died for us. And out of every kindred and tongue and people, he has redeemed us, because the Lord's chosen is all over the world, among every nation, among every country. And he's going to redeem us out of every kindred of people in every nation. In verse 10, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Because Yahawadah loosening the seals of his book and sending forth the seven spirits that went forth into all the earth, which would be the spirit, the spirit of understanding this book. Him calling us out of darkness into his marvelous light. That's us being the people of Yahweh, being the people of God. That's us being a royal nation and a priesthood unto him. And by this understanding of the Bible, and by him calling us out of darkness into this marvelous light, that's him making us kings to our. That's him making us kings and priests unto Yahweh, and we shall reign on the earth. Again, the earth is going to be the kingdom of heaven. The Lord is not going to take us into the spiritual realm to be at his throne. He's not going to do that. We're going to reign here on the earth. We are not, because the kingdom of heaven is set for us to rule. We can't reign in heaven. Yahweh is ruling heaven. But with Yahawadah, we're going to be joint heirs and rule the earth. And for you to rule something, it means there's people under you. If I say I rule these, let's say I rule this city, but ain't no people here. Who am I ruling over? To rule, you rule over people. So we're going to rule, we're going to reign on the earth over those who took us captive and oppressed us. And behold, and I beheld, I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands. Now this is that great multitude who Yahawadah has redeemed by his blood. The people, the 1/3, who's going to return to Yahweh Bashem Yahawadah and receive mercy from the Lord. Because what did I think 1 Peter or 2 Peter 9 and 10 say? Who were not a people, but are now a people, who had not obtained mercy, but who have now obtained mercy. These are those people. The number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands. Same with the loud voice. Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power. And that's what we just read. If we go up, what did we read? Stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns. That's complete power, and 7 eyes. That's foresight of the prophecies of the future. What's going to happen? That's why we go down, and it says, was the lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. And every creature was in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and as such are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth on the throne and upon the Lamb forever and ever. Now, people like to picture. They like to pick what they picture. Like if they read a lamb with 7 horns and 7 eyes, that picture that. Okay, but picture this. Let's read it again. And every creature goes into men and animals. So every creature which is in heaven and on earth, and under the earth, and as such are in the sea, and all that are in them. Heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth on the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever. So every creature in creation, they're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shai. Um, when he comes to reign, when he uh, when he comes and reign on the earth, that's a heavy moment because the birds and the dogs, the fishes, they know who their creator is, and us, along with the fishes, along with the squirrels, we gonna all sit before his throne and give all praise, honor, and glory to him. And the four beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever. And that's a little bit of the breakdown of Revelation chapter 5. Pretty much, this book is a complex book. And this is the reason why the generations before us, the time of our grandparents, and even before that, why they weren't able to understand this book. It wasn't given to them to understand. But in the end time, when Yahweh Shai will loose the seven seals of the book and send forth those seven spirits that will go into the earth, which would give us which will give us the understanding and knowledge of this book. Once those spirits is pushed forth in the earth, then we will receive understanding. And again, that no man on earth, no man under the earth, meaning meaning every man that died and no man in heaven was worthy to loose the seals of the book and read it, meaning to read it with understanding and be able to break it down. So Yahweh Shai give it complete power and complete foresight of the prophecies written in the book. He's pushed that knowledge here on the earth by those spirits he sent, which would be the spirit of wisdom, the Holy Spirit, which gives us all truth and wisdom. Um, that's why we now have knowledge of this book. But but we're gonna close out here. We're gonna face the east. We're gonna say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to everybody, and I'll be out tomorrow for another live lesson, Yahweh willing. Until next time, Shalom.